Hello, everyone. Welcome to a surprise first installment of 80s Trash Horror. Now, for you regular subscribers, you probably noticed we haven't dropped anything on Into the Abyss lately, and that's mostly been my fault. Things have gotten very busy around here. Those of you guys who don't know, I've recently accepted the new position of ebook and trade paperback editor at Cemetery Dance Publications. And while it's amazing to be part of the Cemetery Dance family, this also means that I'm a bit busier. However, we're having a meeting this weekend as we go see Ghostbusters Afterlife. Be looking for a review for that to kind of try to revamp how we're doing things here at the Into the Abyss, and hopefully to try to get the channel at least more active again. And this is one of my thoughts: is a lot more quickie live videos like this, simply so we can get the channel moving and not let it die a slow death. So I'm going to be starting a new segment called 80s Trash Horror. Now, I use the word trash affectionately. I don't really think it's trash. I really love it. Okay. But it's got that kind of trashy feel, if you know what that means. And over the last year, having a subscription with Shudder and being an avid user of Tubi, I found a lot of great 80s trash horror. So I'm taking a quick writing break today, just talk about very quickly two movies that I watched recently that you can get both on Tubi and on Amazon Prime, and it definitely qualifies for 80s trash horror. The first one is The Eye on Amazon Prime. Starring, I don't remember who, but you will recognize one of the guys because one of the mad scientists was also in Reanimator, H.P. Lovecraft's Reanimator. Basically, The Eye is about this scientist, psychologist who runs this scam thing called independent thinking. TV show which tries to teach everyone to think independently. Of course, really, it's a big science experiment to try to hypnotize everybody through TV. And what's really funny about this is, even though it's a low budget 80s horror, there's the implicit um, theme there that TV rots your brain, and of course the our protagonist is a ne'er do well rebel who's always causing trouble. So of course he's the one who's the only independent thinker in the whole movie. Really, it's an alien brain that's growing and turning into a big brain on legs that's eating people. It's someone I posted this on Facebook. I was watching this, and I think it was John Bowden, a fellow author and good friend, who said that movie's bonkers, and it is bonkers. But it's also funny. I probably think about this stuff way too much. It's a perfect example of the Dionysian outside force intruding on an Apollonian world, and then by the end of the movie, the Dionysian force has been repelled, and our Apollonian order has been restored. And again, it's just funny that it's the high school rebel that's always acting up. He's our hero at the end of the movie. So you got to check out, if you've got Prime, you got to check out The Eye. No, no, I'm sorry, it's not The Eye. Did I call it The Eye? It's The Brain. Yeah, there's another movie called The Eye, which I haven't watched yet. The Brain on Prime. The second one is possibly is tied for maybe one of the most offensive movies I've ever watched. Number one movie, offensive movie ever was called Red Christmas with Dee Wallace. The Suckling. So I'll just give this to you straight because there's no candy coating this. The Suckling is a movie about a illegal abortion clinic slash brothel, one stop shopping, I guess, um, where a young woman is pressured into having an abortion by her boyfriend. And just wait a moment. After they drug her and give her an abortion without consent, so it's hard to watch this without wondering if there's any pro-life slant, and this being the 80s, I would doubt that. They throw the fetus, they flush the fetus down the toilet. Conveniently, there's chemical waste dripping from barrels, random barrels of chemical waste dripping into the sewer onto the fetus. I don't know if I have to paint a picture for you here what happens. The fetus becomes mutated, encases the brothel in this like fleshy type shell, and goes on a path of bloody revenge. I mean, yeah. I mean, there. Oh, other than the setup, there isn't a whole lot there that will be considered a pro-life, diatribe or anything like that. It's just the setup. This poor girl goes to have an abortion. She gets dragged there by her boyfriend and is given an abortion without consent, and now everyone's going to die because of this the suckling that is. But here's but I will say this: it's very reminiscent of the Evil Dead, and it's very homespun, practical effects, and decent, monster design and things like that. So terrible acting, cheesy music. But this is my first official installment of '80s trash horror. The Brain on Amazon Prime and The Suckling on Tubi. And I am very sorry for having foisted these two movies upon you. So there you go, my first installment of '80s trash horror, and now I'm going to go back to writing. So everyone's having a good day.